And the fuckery continues. And I'm like, come on through, Corky. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks for clicking on the video. This is my review for season 2, episode 6 of Cutting It in the ATL. Child, we started this mess right out with that goddamn mush mush. Her and her damn cockeyed husband then took their ass. She supposedly, for years now, has been working on a product line. I said everybody. Everybody has a line of clothes, and everybody has a product line, honey. I hope you actually have stuff in the bottles whenever you do your launch, honey. But anyway, so she's there, and it's not just me who has these feelings about Moosh Moosh and her husband. You could actually see on the face of the beautiful young lady that was sitting there talking with them, her going through her mind was, who in the fuck does this bitch think she is? Sitting here trying to talk to me like this. I mean, she talks down to everybody. I don't know how this bitch has gotten this age without somebody literally fopping and dragging her. That girl was looking at her like, really, bitch? I mean, it wasn't even about anything. There was no reason to be talking in that light to the girl. You make sure you're paying attention. And I'm telling you about my stuff. This, that, that. Honey, she's a chemist. She's a chemist. You bumper curling, flat iron and freak. She's a damn chemist, and you trying to talk down to her like she don't know what the fuck she doing. If you were so goddamn great, you'd be able to do it yourself. You wouldn't need her, bitch. Oh, she irritates the fuck out of me. And the girl was sitting there looking at her like, the fuck is you talking to me like this, bitch? And they got me sitting up here with this cockeyed son of a bitch staring at me too. Ridiculous. That whole scene just got on my nerves. It really did. Why is this sticky? I'm going to keep that to myself. Okay, moving on. So, Dedra was actually showing her space. She got her space. She paid everything. She has the space. She was showing old boy and your girl, Pat. And Trey and Pat. And I'm looking, and I'm laughing. I'm saying, Dedra, you're a mess, because all you hear her saying is, girl, I'm getting ready to turn this out. Girl, I'm going to make this money. And girl, everybody going to be jealous. Probably, because that's how they get down. But it really, ain't nothing to be jealous of. It's like, do your thing. That's what's up, But for whatever reason, these women, honey, they going to be feeling some type of way. So I guess, okay. Anyway, I can't even imagine Dedra running a school, though. No, I'm being honest. Dedra running a school, she's too, I don't know, she makes Jadoa work. So I guess. Well, school is something totally different than running a salon. Trust me. So, but she'll see. We'll see. I guess we'll get to see more different sides of Dedra. And I hope she got what it takes, because I don't want her fucking up no, hairdresser to be. So, best wishes for Dedra on that foolishness. Okay, anyway, moving on. So, Moosh Moosh and Beauty actually get a little time, and she wants to invite her over to her house for this dinner and all of this. And I'm just sitting there looking at that scene. I'm saying, that motherfucking Beauty got a face for every motherfucking body. She's so goddamn phony. She know good well she do not like Mushia. But she was just going on, I'm like, I don't understand what this new peacemaker role is. But I'm sure there's something to it, and there was. We'll get to it. Child, old Beauty's still there, honey. She's just that old hateful old bitch. Anyway, moving on. Next, we got Dedra and Steven end up at a Control magazine situation. They had a business meeting, and they found out they were being hired to do a fashion show and do the styling. And it was kind of funny because they had hired Dedra actually to do the barbering, and they hired Steven to do the hairstyling. Because it's a, and that was what Dedra, she used to, yeah, everybody say, I don't know about your girl. You got to be able to do it all. And that is fierce. Now, I'll give you that. And every hairdresser doesn't barber, because I don't. I don't barber. And I've always thought it was fierce, especially when it's a female that can actually bop back and forth and do both, is fierce. I have no interest in barbering. I know a couple things because I had a little friend that, that's a whole nother story. But I had a little friend that showed me different things. But I just always thought it was fierce when there was a girl who literally had her barbering license. She went through the whole segment of barbering school as well as the cosmetology side. But you don't see it all that often, you know what I mean? But Dedra had it down, so that was that. I'm like, good, bitch, because as much as you brag, you need something to set you apart from the rest. So they hired her for barbering. So I'll say that maybe your hair doing skills ain't all that because they went to Steven. But anyway, that's whatever. So Steven's there, she's there. And the two of them were already kind of taking little shots at each other. I said, oh boy, this is going to be something. And they both was looking like, Steven in his mind already is like, I'm going to get this bitch because he feel like he owes her back about fucking up his event. So, like, literally, when I tell you they went at it. When they went to, I would have fired them both. Or maybe not fired them because we were already on set. And the work was good. Both of their work was excellent. But the way they carried on, I would never have either one of them back. There's no way. I would never have either one of them back. Both of them were very unprofessional. And then the thing, Steven, to be able to get up underneath Dedra's skin, he actually hired Trey to come in as an assistant. Well, of course, Trey is no fool. Trey knows what Steven represents, and he went with Steven, and he kind of shaded Dedra a little bit. You know what I mean? He's like, it is what it is, but you're not going to fuck up my opportunities. That fuck shit is cute, but I ain't going to fuck up my go forward playing with you. But he kind of did anyway, because when it all came down and it was said and done, Steven is petty, and so the fuck is Dedra. So at the end of it, they ended up like, he ended up having to pick between the two. And it's given, are you coming with me to have drinks, or are you going with her? And I was like, for a minute, I got kind of confused. I said, well, wait a minute, honey. We still talking about hair and stuff, right? So I hope you two queens ain't bumping pocketbooks and losing change, honey. Because that's kind of how Steven took it, like, honey, let's go. I was like, whoa. So I don't know what that was giving. It was kind of creepy. I was like, I hear a lot of rhinestones jingling, girls, honey. What's going on? But Steven ended up walking away mad anyway. So I don't know that Steven gonna help you no more, Trey. And I don't know what you did to Steven or for Steven, honey, to get in there. But I don't think you're gonna get a chance to do it again. But anyway. So that was a whole mess. So before the whole situation of going over to Beauty's house came up, Moosh and left-sided Lou was sitting up there, and they're talking, and I was like, oh, here we go with these three. Lucia, Lou, and his eye. They're all there. They're talking, and this bitch is still going on to about she wants an apology from La Kenya. I'm like, this bitch is out of her mind. She is really out of her mind. I'm like, child, somebody honey, give me my car keys, honey. She's ridiculous. But anyway, so she goes on over there. She come right in. It was Maya, Beauty, and La Kenya. Moosh shows up. She comes right into Beauty's house, immediately taking over. She comes in with groceries and she's like, girl, what are you doing? Comes into place with groceries. Um, just starts taking over. She's cooking. She gonna cook what she wanna cook. She's all in her confessional talking about how she don't trust Beauty's food. Then she sat up in there. Beauty was making some type of a bean dish. She would say, girl, what are you doing? Just shady. Turned the fire up and burnt it and made sure it burnt. So basically all they could eat was basically what she had prepared. And then a couple other little things that Beauty had. Beauty really wasn't feeling it, you know what I mean? And she was in there, she was, doing that same old talking over people, talking down to LaKenya. LaKenya's still acting like a fucking idiot. Beauty corrected her. Maya was sitting there getting a kiki because, she's still really for real because she's old shady bitch. She's actually still mad at LaKenya, but just won't say it. So she was glad that Moosh Moosh was after LaKenya. I was like, this is all a mess. They really started to get on my nerves. Like, I was like sitting there, I'm looking at them like, if I had been at Beauty's house, I would have left. Like, that would have been my last day to fuck with them. I'd have got up and been like, all of you bitches are ridiculous. And I would have left because they had gotten on my nerves to the point where I literally wanted to just line them up and just down the whole line of them and just smack the shit out of them because they're so fucking ridiculous. But Moosh Moosh went on and on. She thought it was funny about how she burnt those beans. I thought that was terrible. I thought that was terrible. You literally turned that fire up and burned my beans and grinning up there and smiling and made it pretty much known that she did it on purpose. Then they go, now they all good. The Beauty ended up throwing them the fuck out of her house. She told them, this is over. Y'all can go. Because you're not going to sit in my house and try to clown me. Y'all can go. I said, I know that's right. Honey, they're outside talking shit to her. I just did not get that. Now they all good Judies. Kiki and cackling and laughing and carrying on. I said, girl, Beauty, you better than me because I wouldn't speak to none of them whores again. That was a mess. All of them are just, I ain't got nothing else to say. They're just fucking ridiculous. I'll see y'all next week. All right. Bye, y'all.